Hey guys, welcome to episode 13. And this is Apex Trigger class where we are discussing about the Apex Triggers best practices and we are starting a couple of the Salesforce Apex Triggers examples. So this episode is about the Apex Triggers 13th scenario. And in this episode, we are trying to solve the trigger or trying to solve a problem of creating a new contact in the account object, which will be the related record on that account. And that is possible, and that happens if the revenue field of the account is greater than 250,000. For that, what you need is trigger type. The trigger type is after trigger, because this will happen right after inserting the record in the account. Then it's going to check the condition that if the revenue field of the account is greater than 250,000. The second thing is after insert, after trigger context, that is after insert, after update. In any case, it should create the new contact. Object is upon account. So we got the three answers. And also we're going to test one trigger that we talked in episode 12. We were not able to update that the account name field with the right phone number. So for now, let's just go ahead and see. So phone number is here, testing 6. Let me just delete everything and let me provide new title. Testing 7, hit 7, hit save. See, it is populating the account name as testing 7 and the phone number. So it is working. The trigger is working. I didn't make any changes on it, but the trigger that was not successfully working on that example 12 has now started working. So I was just trying to show that. Let me just deactivate this scenario 12's trigger. Hit save. Let's go back to our developer console. Now I'm going to create a new trigger here, Apex trigger. This trigger is for episode 13. We are solving the 13th scenario of the trigger. In the episode 13, the trigger we're writing is an account object. So we got the name and we got the S object where to write the trigger. Now hit save, submit. So the trigger is scenario 13. This is an account object and the trigger type is not before, it is after insert and after update. Let me specify the trigger context here again. If trigger dot is insert or trigger dot is update, in both of the scenario, it should fire the trigger. Let me give one more parenthesis here. And according to the syntax, let me specify the trigger type is after. So now the trigger is almost ready. I'm going to write the trigger handle class for this trigger also. Go to file dropdown and create Apex class. As I said that the trigger handle class is nothing but a Apex class. Now let me give a name, contact creation, trigger helper. Hit OK. Now we are creating the trigger Apex class. For the Apex class, to handle the triggers variable that we are passing from the Apex triggers, let me create one method here. Create contact, and let me create a collection variable here, which is list account, to capture whatever the account record that we are passing from the trigger handler class, trigger class. So here again, go back to the trigger and let's call this trigger handler class here. Dot, what is the name of the method? Write the name of the method. This is the syntax. This is a basic syntax. What we have to pass is trigger dot new. That means we are passing all the recently updated trigger, all the recently updated account records. Something is wrong there, but it will be automatically corrected right after solving this problem. Okay, so we got the list of accounts. Now what you have to do is let's create a collection variable for contact contact object. Contact list, new list of contact. Now again, we need to run the loop. We need to create a loop, extended for loop for the account object so that we can iterate all the list of account records that we passed from the Apex Trigger class. Now this is correct. Here, what the condition? This trigger is firing right after inserting or updating the record, and in that case also, the account record annual revenue, this field should be what? Greater than 250,000. So this is the condition. So if the annual revenue is greater than 250,000, then what should happen? It should create a contact record. So for that, let me create an instance for contact object. Contact.account ID should be what? Account.id. Simply we are passing the account ID to account field of contact records. This is tricky. Contact.account ID already filled. Contact.first name. Let's say first name should be acc.name. Again, contact.last name should be what? scc. Let's keep name plus, can give anything, or let me just specify that name plus testing. It's the most commonly used one. Now, finally, we have account ID, which is account ID, which is the field of contact record, and that is being populated by the account ID. Contact's first name is account name. Contact's last name is account name plus testing. Now we need to add this instance to contact object list dot add. So we are adding successfully. What you have to do is we need to insert it to contact list. Okay, let me hit save. So our trigger is ready. Let me hit save. Trigger handler class and trigger both are ready. If there is no mistake, then this should pass the test. So let's go back to developer console, go and open the accounts record, and here in the testing contact, I think they do have the related accounts. Let me create a new account. Okay, account name is scenario 13, and there's no parent account. 1 2 3 4 5. Let's say the rating is hot. What else we provided? Annual revenue, say 300,000. Save and see. Okay, there should be a contact records, and successfully the contact records has been populated here. See, go and check it. Scenario 13 testing, that is the name plus testing we added, and the name is scenario 13, the first name that is as you provided. The phone number we haven't provided. The one we just provided first name and last name, and we created contacts records which is associated with the accounts. So this trigger has been successfully passed. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next episode.